Hey guys, Chester Westerford here again. The ACOLYTE episode 6, Teach and Corrupt. Yeah, guys, gonna be honest, I'm still kind of mixed on this show. I think there are some really good ideas in it, but I don't know, something about it just isn't coming together. I think part of the problem is the same one that many people levied against Kenobi. I loved Kenobi. I didn't really feel this way, but I understand why a lot of people did. Felt like it was too long, that maybe it should have been a movie that was dragged out a bit too much. Like I said, I didn't feel that with Kenobi so much, but I feel that with this. Like, there's enough story happening to fill a movie, maybe two, but I feel like it's really having to be stretched out into a series. It could be tighter if it was shorter. Even if it was less episodes and some of the episodes were combined, like maybe if 5 and 6 were combined into one, I don't know. I feel like each episode is just part of something bigger, so much so that it doesn't stand on its own very well. I think the show is going to maybe be better when watched as a whole. Like this episode, it's all important stuff, and there's some very good performances, particularly from Manny Pacinto and Lee Jung Jae. There was a moment when Sol was in the ship alone, and he just about let out the despair and anger at all that just happened, but kind of steals himself because one, he's a Jedi, and two, there's still work to do. Just terrific acting on his face there. I do think this episode also highlights that Amandla Stenberg is doing very well with both her parts. The fact that she is in Osha's costume but still feels like a different character shows the range, if that makes sense. It's not just the costume that does it. She carries herself differently and talks a little different, and that really sells a different character. As for the story, I have a feeling the show is going to end with Osha becoming the Acolyte, and maybe even with May turning good and Osha turning bad. I don't know. I hope not. But considering that showrunner Leslie Headland said that she wanted to tell a story from dark side perspective, I really have a feeling that might be where we're going. I don't know how interested I am in that, but I suppose it's how it's done, how well it's done. It could be a pretty dark ending. I'm not a huge fan of dark endings. I don't mind some darkness, but this show has got some really dark moments, even for Star Wars. I'm not sure how necessary it was to show those close ups of Jecki and Yord's bodies, but maybe I'm making too much of it. I usually don't mind a little dark, but there's something about the casual way this show is dealing with the darkness which kind of gives it an extra layer of disturbing. Or maybe that's just me. Other than that, I of course liked seeing Vinestra's light whip. I hope we see more of it. I hope that's not all we're going to see. I'm assuming next week is probably going to be the flashback to what really happened on Brendock, the rest of the story. Sol telling May that he had 16 years to think about what to say to her. His acting, again, really good in that scene. But of course, is that set up for the flashback? Is he going to tell her what really happened? Maybe, or is it something else? Like I say, I have a feeling she's going to turn good and her sister's going to turn bad. Or maybe her sister's going to be turned bad and then back to good, or maybe tempted. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where it goes. Like I say, I am intrigued to see where this show goes. I just feel like it could be doing it a little faster, if that makes sense. I'm sorry these reviews are so short. It's just hard to review a show that is so part of a story like this. It'll be much better when the whole show is out and I can let you know what I thought of the story as a whole. But what do you guys think so far? Let me know in the comments below. See you next time for episode 7. Bye.